Hi, we're management group number 7, Osa Ono for Hawaiian cuisine. I am the general manager, Camille Phillips.
And I'm dining room manager, Daniel Munua.
And I'm the executive chef, Chris Hooks.
And our service is going to be brought to you on April 8th, 2014, and it'll be from 11:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. So our vision for our service is to perform high standards of management service as proud UNLV students. We want to have guests feel very comfortable and have a smooth flowing service. The mission for our service is going to be to bring island flavor to the desert mainland. So this is a desert and there's not many island aspects to it, so we hope to bring that Hawaiian fusion here. Again, we are group 7. I am going to be the general manager, so my name's Camille, and then the executive chef Chris Hooks, and our dining room manager, who will be managing the front of house staff, will be Daniel Munua. So for our front of house staff, we actually have a few different groups. Purchasing group for that week will include Cody, Aaron, Ian, and Luke. Our front of house service staff, which will be our bussers, runners, and servers, will include Elizabeth, Nick, Samboim, and Tatiana. And our servers are going to include Gabby, Jose, Ryan, Sydney, Kayum, Lisa, and Zach. For the back of house staff, which will be managed by Chris Hooks, our prep cooks include Caroline, Jessica, Joseph, and Kelly. Our stewarding staff will be Brittany, John, and Nicole. Our culinary staff will be Aaron, Eddie, and Jimmy. And our bakery will be Natalie, Tiara, Sean, and Soshan. My general manager duties will be to assign employees responsibilities and then maintain the job descriptions. Everyone's going to have their own job, so those are requirements to run the entire kitchen efficiently. I will also ensure that all food and products are consistently prepared and served according to the set recipes, cooking, and service standards. So I will work closely with Chris, being that he's the executive chef, making sure that everyone's sticking to what all the tastes are supposed to be for our Portuguese bean soup, our crab cakes, and then as well as our coconut pineapple cake. My objectives also include working with the purchasing team for the sales, costs, guest service, and satisfaction of the food, quality, cleanliness, and sanitation. I'll be working closely with both Daniel and Chris in ensuring all of this throughout our management service. I will be setting the service standard, ensuring that all guests feel welcome and are given responsive, friendly, and courteous service at all times. So this goes through our servers, bussers, and runners. Want to make sure that people or the runners are delivering the food to the right, bussers are taking them away from the left, and just making sure that all the guests feel very welcome. It's an easy flow service. I will oversee and coordinate the planning, organizing, training, and leadership necessary to achieve stated objectives. So we do have a training manual. Everyone can kind of see what their positions and job descriptions are specifically, and all 3 of us are here to enforce that. We will prepare all required paperwork, including forms, reports, and schedules in an organized and timely manner. So I will be dealing with that with the purchasing team, ensuring that all the paperwork's into the executive chef, making sure that gets done. And I will also control cash and other receipts by adhering to cash handling and reconciliation procedures. That means getting checks to the cashier and back to guests who use credit cards or anything such as that in a timely fashion. And now I'm going to hand it off to Daniel, who is our dining room manager.
Hey guys, I'm Daniel, dining room manager, and some of the duties that I am required to do is to enforce standards at the front of house. So that's pretty much making sure everyone's following the rules and all the guidelines we've got set up for them for the day. Also, I want to maintain public relations along with Camille, just smiling, making sure we go to table, ensure that everyone is having a good experience, their food is okay. Also, we're going to be dividing the workload among our front of house staff, so we got to know who's bussing, serving, who's going to be the ones running all around. And also we want to guide efficiency of what's coming in and out of the kitchen. So that includes food, any of the jack trays that we need. Also make sure everything's clean and well organized. For safety reasons, we want all the passages for our runners and servers to be clear so they don't trip on anything like people's legs hanging out, chairs, tables. Also, we're going to make sure all the tables are nicely aligned. So we've got that organization pattern down. Also, we want to be able to have our servers be comfortable enough to come to myself or Camille. I know Joe Gormley is going to be there to help with the Micros POS system, but we can also help with them too if they happen to get busy. And we're also required to know where all of our stuff is, so we need to know if we run out of linens, go in the back and have a server or busser go get it, or me myself. Just know where all of our equipment is so we can be prepared for the day. Now our sales and marketing, that's going to be handled by myself and Camille also. We're going to be responsible for just communicating back and forth between the team and also our chef, make sure we know what's best for what's going to run smoothly for the day. Also, we're required for 60 tables at least. We're prepared for 100, so we'll be very well ready for that day to come. And to make sure we get our minimum 60 tables, we're going to be doing that through ways of like word of mouth, printed signs, social media, and even direct sales when they come to our restaurant service. And some more marketing strategies. We want to include Facebook, bulk email, Twitter accounts. You know, everyone's on social media these days, so the word can spread out very quickly that way. We want to get a hand of alumni mailing list, just so, you know, the past people can come and hang out, and so we can just keep our reputation very well steady. And we want to do 3 different styles of flyers we've had in mind. Now they all have basically the same information, but we've got 3 different flyers up here, different Hawaiian landscape, but we've got our appetizer, entree, and desserts on there. Also, reminder, April 8th, 11:30 to 1 p.m. is going to be our service, Hawaiian cuisine style, and just that's the glimpse of all the 3 flyers we've got. Some more marketing strategies. We want to do a pre-sale of tickets, so in a way they'll be kind of like vouchers, so when the guests arrive to our service, no cash will be involved because it'll already be prepaid, and they'll be able to just exchange the voucher, be able to sit and dine, just have a good experience that way, in and out. Also, we're going to be spreading the word among campus, so that includes Beam Hall, which is going to be, I think, our main focal point. We've also had the student union, Lee Library, even our classrooms. We can do little postings of our flyers, so people just are attracted by our Hawaiian landscaped pictures and come and get hungry. Also, we want faculty and staff to be well informed, know that Tuesdays is going to be the day that they want to come and eat Hawaiian style food. So just make sure that they get a heads up on those with our flyers. Also, when we're in classes, we'll make sure even before and after we can make an announcements to bring our friends there. And chef counter is going to be open for our lunch event. So the seats, we just talk to chef, and then they'll be able to witness the magic behind the scenes. And in our dining room, we plan on doing some beautiful shades of orange and blue that'll illuminate the tables and bring vibrance. We're going to have some centerpieces with floating flowers or perhaps birds of paradise, and the leis will be placed on our guests when they enter, so it kind of gives them the Hawaiian atmosphere and mood that we want them to be engulfed in. And at the chef's counter, we'll also be able to approach them with some leis so they can get into the mood too. Their scenery will be a little different, but still they'll be engulfed by the aromas of the crab cakes, the pineapple Kahlua sauce, and the coconut smelling, the Portuguese soup. And this is just what it's going to look like pretty much. We've got 6 spots over there, and you can see they're nicely decorated already with the utensils and drinks, so they'll be well taken care of when they come. And now, executive chef duties will be handled by Chris.
Hi. Like they said, I am Chris Hooks. I'll be the executive chef for our Hawaiian cuisine event. Some my duties as executive chef is obviously developing the menu in the back of the kitchen, being the customer service with the quality of food to all the guests that we have, controlling the back of house employees with daily schedule, organizing, coordinating, and with all the food production. Communicating with my front of house managers, Camille and Daniel, and the staff and the servers, and telling them what items are 86 or what foods orders are ready, or just any issues that I have on the line. Obviously, as the executive chef, I'll be expediting the line, assisted by the sous chef of my choosing for our event, and we'll be going over the menu that we established, and I cost out. Some of the some of the duties my job entails is doing the food costs, menu, standardized recipes for our menu, and trying to meet our food cost percentage, and then developing the requisitions for our food. Also, I'll be supervising and motivating the staff in the back when we get slammed, hopefully, crossing our fingers for over 60. Just motivate them to keep working no matter if they get behind or not. Obviously, all of us are not like executive chefs or hotline chefs, so I just got to be calm and communicate with everybody to get the food out to our guests as promptly as possible. I'll be around 10 to 11 a.m. that day. We'll do a tasting for the front of the house and for the back of the house of the specialty items for that day, and then we'll get started for service. I will work with Camille and communicate with her as efficiently as possible. I'll assist in training the back house employees, and I'll create like a good atmosphere in the back of the house, trying not to raise my voice too much or bark around orders, and just have a good teamwork in the back of the house. And it's all about communications with the whole entire restaurant, so I'm always open to suggestions and anything with the front of house managers and even the servers, so don't ever hesitate to come to me and ask questions. The food prep is going to be done by the prep cooks, and the pastry, obviously, for the desserts. And they'll be assigned to the stations, and then they'll need to get all the equipment that they need, like steamers, ovens, mixers, flat tops, get everything working, make sure everything's, like the pilot light's on, preheat the ovens, etc., just to make sure our production and portion guidelines are met for the day. Servers, the stewardings is going to be the dishwashing station, so they're going to take care of all the dishes, hot and cold, coming from front of the house and the back of the house. One of the issues that we learned last week is one of the stewarding burned their hands, and so we're going to try to put a towel on any hot pans to the back of the house, so they know that it's going to be a hot pan, so when they grab it to put it in the dishwasher, they know it's hot, and we don't have any safety issues. The stewarding also needs to know how to properly work the dishwashing machines, and so before part of the checklist for them will be learning their machines and how it functions, and making sure all the sanitation levels are good to go and all the health department guidelines are met. Servers and food runners kind of have the same kind of job description or job guidelines for their positions, except that the servers will take the order and have the direct personal contact with the guests by greeting them, serving them drinks, taking the order and putting the order in the POS system. But they're both there They have to be observant to the guest needs and see if like there's a soup spoon that needs to be needed, an iced tea refill, new glass of water, somebody dropped their plate or broke a glass. They all got to be observant and help the front of the house run efficiently as possible. Busters, the main purpose of a buster is to clear and set the table of like dirty dishes and reset the table. So obviously we're shooting for 90 plus, hopefully, potential customers and guests. And so it's going to be really important for the busters to turn the tables as soon as customers get up and leave, so we could reach those numbers that we are looking to hit. Our training manual review right here. Again, we're the management team number 7, Hawaiian Cuisine. Camille, Daniel, and I are part of the team. This is our food requisition. This is what I developed right here. This goes through all the 3 recipes, and I combined, like if I had butter and 2 different recipes, I combined it on one, so it's not ordering 2 things. And so this is one of my responsibilities as chef, is to complete this and make sure that all the units are not of like 300 teaspoons, that I condense it to where the kitchen manager would be able to understand and make proper ordering for our day. Next, this is Portuguese soup. Again, our 3 menu items is going to be Portuguese soup, Kona crab cakes with a spicy sesame butter sauce, and coconut pineapple cream cake. The Portuguese soup's going to have like bacon, onions, hot sausage, kidney beans, cabbage, and beef broth. And it's going to be served in a bowl garnished with a chopped parsley on top. A Kona crab cake is pretty hard to see. It's a very extensive recipe. It's going to be, I had to cut down the portions of the crab because it was really expensive. So instead of 4 ounce portion, 4 ounce per person, we had to cut it down with 2 ounces of crab meat and then 2 ounces potato, and then like the onions, peppers, etc. And the crab cakes are going to be served on a bed of crispy rice, garnished with a shaved carrots and drizzled with the beurre blanc sauce, which is the spicy butter sauce. The coconut pineapple cream cake. So a very simple dessert. We went with coconut and pineapple, obviously. It's Hawaii and everybody likes coconut and pineapple. It's big there. And very simple cake. It's this lemon supreme cake mix, eggs, oil, cream cheese, and then you freeze it, and then you do a layer of the pineapple topping and Cool Whip, and then we're gonna do a Kahlua sauce drizzled over top of it. Our sales forecast for our event, we like I said, we're shooting for above the 60 excuse me, above the 60 minimum guests that we have is required for our service. We're shooting for a $98 price. And I did the budget for the production service budget and all our expenses. And obviously you can see that we're actually, our forecast, we're at a deficit. This is just due to our higher food costs than the 40% that Chef Swift said that we wanted to shoot for. He approved our high food costs. This is hard to meet 40% food costs at $8 just because the crab is really expensive, but he said that we're still able to get going, and so hopefully we could just blow it out of the water and get 120 guests and make some money for our service. The front of house, I also developed the opening closing list for the front of the house. And so some of the front of the house duties is like obviously first thing you come into any food service is proper hand washing. First thing you got to do, and then set up the dining room, like vacuum the floor, clean up leftover debris, set up and align the tables, tablecloths, centerpieces, bring the bar out, move the hostess stand, polish silverware, roll ups, set up drink station. Set up tables for service, and anything else the management team, Camille and Daniel out there, needs to tell the front of the house staff to get on it to make everything come together for service. Closing duties obviously is always wash your hands. It's a good thing to always think about in the service industry. And just kind of tidy up the dining room after service, clean up all the like dirty dishes, leftover linens, bring the host stand back in, store up the leftover roll-ups, break down the drink station, store glasses, and then anything, obviously Camille and Daniel assigns duties to them. Back at house, opening and closing lists for my employees back there. Obviously, when you come in, we're gonna have pre-shift. Wash your hands, obviously, and go to your stations. Make sure your station's all tidy. Get what utensils you need: cutting boards, knives, equipment like mixers. And then after you get everything, make sure everything's in proper work conditions. Everything. It's all about safety in the back of the house. We don't want any incidents. Review the recipes. If you have any questions, ask me. Mise en place for the recipes, and then we gotta begin prep, and then begin prep and get ready for service and for plating for 11 o'clock. Closing duties, obviously clean up your stations, put everything away back, sanitize everything properly, label everything if we are putting food to go, clean all the equipment, put them back in the proper areas, and have myself or the management sign off on your checklist. This is also our menu. I couldn't find a perfect picture of how I want to present the crab cake, but like I said, I want to put on a better rice with a crab cake with some carrots on top and drizzle a sauce over it. The Portuguese soup is going to be served in a bowl and just garnished with some either chopped parsley or chives. And then coconut cream pie is going to be like that with this, some drizzled Kulo sauce and a spoonful of cream. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Hope you've learned everything you need to learn.